Welcome to a show about things you can see without going far, and a lot of them are free. If you thought there was nothing in the old heartland, you ought to hit the blacktop with these fools in a van. Look out, they're driving hard, checking out art in their own backyard. Randy does the steering so he won't hurl. Mike's got the map, such a man of the world. That's Don with the camera, kinda heavy on his shoulder. And that giant ball of tape, it's a world record holder. Look out, they're driving hard, checking out art in their own backyard. Look out, they're driving hard, checking out the world in their own backyard. Checking out the world in their own backyard.
This starts reminding me of those times when you're driving with the family down somewhere and it's raining and you realize how much you're going to hate each other.
Oh yeah.
In just a short amount of time.
Already I'm on my nerves.
Dear TV Mailbag, did someone forget to tell these guys that spring is the rainy season? Hi, Don the cameraman here, and trust me, it won't be those producers standing out in it. But look who's whining.
I'm ready to go home. I think I want to go home. I didn't mention my phobia about driving in the rain, did I? I think I might just want to go back home.
No, even the optimists in the car agreed it wasn't looking good. So we decided the best course of action would be to hunker down for a while, and what better place for hunkering than Humansville?
The public TV diet.
The coffee was hot, the conversation stimulating, and once again we discovered that lo and behold, Elvis is everywhere.
I've been on Geraldo Rivera, Oprah Winfrey, David Letterman. Going towards Nashville, May the 24th, I'm opening up for the Righteous Brothers. I done a show at the women's prison in
I bet that went over
Indianapolis,
big.
Indiana, and a girl sat there while I was doing a show and drawed it. Okay, Don, the cameraman, here's your picture. Y'all got him doing all the work, ain't he?
Now that is one smart guy and clearly the best Elvis impersonator in all the world. However, even he could not make it stop raining. Meaning, like it or not, we were gonna have to pass Hubcap Hill in less than perfect conditions.
Oh boy. Well, it's a lot of hubcaps. I don't think I'd go out of my way for that.
No, things weren't looking good. Just when it appeared that all was lost, the TV god smiled upon us. By the time we made Springfield, somehow the clouds had cleared, and the streets were alive with the sound of music.
Picture you upon my knee, just tea for two and two for tea.
Robert E. Smith does love to sing, and he loves to paint. With each painting, he makes a tape describing it, and sometimes he sings on that. As grassroots artists go, he's one of the hottest around, being collected and respected by more and more people in the know.
Don Mattingly of the New York Yankees, he's standing over there by first base, trying to hold a dinosaur at first base, who has already got a hit. This is just a practice game. Most of the team is somewhere else. This is my mizzle. This was done on the theme of building bridges for Frisco Day about 2 weeks ago. This is the old USS Missouri and a sailboat. Then down here, Brothers to the Rescue, Kennedy, and we have Khrushchev and Castro.
This painting is more about the place where you eat, it looks like.
Well, it is, but it's my own design. That woman that's got that funny headdress on, I think, she's supposed to be a waitress. She's holding a tray there, and it's got a red bowl of soup and a hamburger sandwich. This is Elvis Presley. That's a short sleeve t-shirt. They have extra large and large.
When did you first start painting?
Well, I was doing it during the middle 30s when my dad was living. Well, using crayons then, not paints, Mike. And then I got to where I was interested in it after my dad died. I'd say during the Depression, when I was going to grade school in Dallas, I was learning to use watercolors a little bit, and I got to liking them better. They want to take a picture of a painting that I did for you.
I'd be on TV with you anywhere.
Maybe I ought to stand back by the painting, but I
Now he doesn't want to stand with me. See how he is?
Where did all these come from?
Oh, once in a while taking a bus trip and going somewhere, some things come from there. I don't like to fly too much, and I think I see more. I like to go by bus or train. I don't care for planes too much. By the way, that's Ray Charles playing the piano. I have done some paintings of Ray Charles, and I've sold it a couple times. I got the fairly good money, and it looked like Ray Charles too. Where's my unicycle at? I have another vehicle to ride. Help me, I'm afraid I will bust my side. The vehicle is a one-wheel unicycle. Can't say it will be fun like a bicycle.
You gotta count 1, 2, 3.
Did you check the focus?
Can't you see how happy we will be? People too kind of like to jog along to that sometimes too.
That's a good one.
Now, I suppose it could be said that we were so close to that sporting goods store the size of Rhode Island that we should have gone, but after Robert, I think it would have been a letdown.
On your face.
Besides, the sun was out and there was more art to be seen just down Highway 60 near Republic. This is Ralph Lanning's homegrown roadside sculpture park.
I bought this land in '63, and I started here about 70, something like that, just before I retired, or got tired. You know.
Where'd the vision come from?
How you start in, that's all. Started putting together and wind up that way. Just junk, all this. This is a rebar arm, this is a plow. Here's like a fish thing, and that spring out there, the door spring for a garage. I think I asked for Paul Bunyan. Here, I'll show you something over here. This here was the first broken heart here.
First broken heart?
Yeah, boy and girl. See, she wants to play house, and he wants to go off and play war. And this here now, 20 years later, second broken heart.
Now he's really going off to war, and she's looks like she's
well, she got him to play house sometime or the other.
He's always doing something. He never sits still for 2 minutes. If he's in the house and it's storming, he just walks back and forth and thinks of something to do. He can't just sit down and relax.
And this lady looks a little more, well, naked.
No, she got on that there, skin tights.
Oh, okay. Okay, well.
Do people stop driving by?
Oh, yeah. By the time I'd be taking pictures, I think there's a park or something.
This would be a hose head if ever there was one.
Where do you get this stuff?
Just pick them up. Just some junk. What happens, see, I put it haul it away, but it costs too much to haul it away. And so I put it together. Now it's, what do you call it?
Art?
Art or something like that. And so I don't have to haul it away.
And speaking of hauling things away or not, it was at this point that Ralph and Gretchen came perilously close to having a new attraction they probably didn't want.
But you got the ball. But you got the ball. How'd the
After
ball
this
get out
daring
there?
rescue and a stern talking to, the world's largest ball of videotape was back on board, headed south toward Highlandville, home of another record holder, all 217 square feet of the world's smallest church.
Well, I taught in Bavaria a number of years ago, and I brought home a record album, and it had a picture of a church with a blue cupola on, which is in that area, you see quite a few of them. And I realized if I put a blue cupola on my old wash house, would it look exactly like that church. And I had it put on about a month before I moved down here. And when the movers pulled up, one of the local Baptists came to see me, and he said, the rumor was that a Jewish family had moved into town. And I said, no, we're not Jewish, but my boss is. And he thought about it a little bit, and he's been coming to Mass here because we have the same boss.
So So the total at any given time, it might be...
The maximum is 15 if we put in chairs.
So if Our Lady of the Phone Booth were to come along, what do you do? Just accept gracefully?
Oh, sure. I mean...
well, you could, you know, partition it off and make it a little smaller.
No, we're not trying to... We're trying to serve people, really. And there are a lot of people to be served out here.
Now, I don't mean to be scaring anybody. It's just so nice not to wake up and find myself in another cheap motel.
Hey, thanks for the shavers. Help.
We may not know any of those big names who've set up shop in Branson, but here in Powerside, just a few miles away, we do know Michael Brewer, one half of the almost legendary Brewer and Shipley, and he has extended to us the comforts of Scarlett's Mountain.
I would think that certain mornings coming out here must be pretty striking too.
Yeah, it really is. Scarlett has a beautiful place here. Great sunsets too. National Geographic called it the most beautiful view in the Ozarks. I think I have to go along with it. I moved to the Branson area because at the time it was sort of like Mayberry meets Northern Exposure. And I like the concept of a town where you can go trout fishing downtown while you do your laundry. But shortly after I moved here, it just exploded. All the country stars started coming to town and opening theaters, and then Andy Williams and just everybody else too. It's way beyond country even at this point. Like I said, Wayne Newton's here, and Andy Williams and Bobby Vinton. I think you have to be dead to have your own theater in Branson, though.
So the Michael Brewer Theater isn't...
No, I don't think the Brewer and Shipley Folk Rock Museum is anywhere on the horizon.
I hate country. I despise those barnyard sounds. Ricky and Earl and Randy and Merle make me throw up on the ground. It might be heavenly to your ears, but it sounds like hell to me. Well, all I know for sure is I hate country. Loretta, you make me wanna die. And Reba's accent hurts so bad, a tear comes to my eye. Boxcar Willie makes me wanna kill and maim with my bare hands, and tap dance on his hat in deep quicksand.
Now, Mr. Brewer's opinions are not necessarily shared by the hundreds of thousands whose vehicles choke traffic to a standstill, but he stands by them nonetheless. We greatly appreciated this musical contribution, almost as much as the non-native bird Scarlett offered for our bumper, all part of the preparations for our impending descent into wildest Arkansas.
Oh, my tee just fell right off. We had an oil call Captain Hazelwood and telling me this calls for drastic measures. Got some resale value of this van is going to be nil.
Roads like these are hard on upholstery.
Oh, it's been Scotch guarded.
And it took one much like it to get to our first stop in the Razorback State just outside of Eureka Springs. Quigley's Castle is one rock-solid testament to a woman who knew how to get things done.
Her name was Elise Ferravante, and she came to the Ozarks from California. When she was 18, during the Depression, she married my grandfather, and his name was Albert Quigley. And he told her he'd build her a house with the wood off the farm. And in 1943, she came up with this idea to bring nature indoors. And she had 32 window spaces in her design. My grandfather cut all the lumber, but the glass was rationed because of the war. And he couldn't build it, he wouldn't go any further with it. So he went to work one day, and she and the kids tore the old house down, moved him into a chicken house. So he'd have to go ahead and start on this one. This is a sandwich with too much mayonnaise. There's the hot dog bun to go with it. And there's a gear shift knob off an old Ford there. She seemed to rock things that she appreciated, and this pair of shoes had been such a good pair of shoes. She stepped out of them one night and rocked them. I don't think she was odd, but she was certainly eccentric.
She collected every one of these butterflies?
Yes, they're all from the yard, and most of them are moths. And so she put the bodies, stuck the bodies in the fiberglass, and then this is plexiglass she laid over it and sealed it all in. Her first obsession was with collecting. She was one of these people that had to be outside, and she never carried a purse. She carried a bucket over her arm, and anything she found, it went into that bucket. And then when she got done, well, I needed to make a birdhouse for those birds out there, so she'd make a birdhouse or, you know, something. It was her dream come true. This was her utopia here. I'm proud of the fact she was independent back then and liked to do what she wanted to do and didn't worry about anybody else's opinion. Wish we could all be that way and have that freedom.
For a nominal fee, you can feel some of that freedom by tramping through the house and around the grounds. Now for the cheapskates among us, I should point out that just a few miles away on Highway 187, there is no charge whatsoever to enjoy one very large Ozark shoe tree, and it is interactive.
I guess the wife served her husband with divorce papers, and he raced right home and grabbed every shoe he could find and threw them up in a tree in case she ever wanted to come home. She wouldn't remember the soft life or something. I don't know. It's supposed to be good luck. That's all I know. Oh, strike one.
Watch out.
Oh, strike two. Oh, he's out. Here we go. Oh!
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that makes us look so bad.
We did our job. Let's go.
It is moments like these that make me proud to say I'm in TV. Now, as attractive as those attractions might be, Eureka Springs itself is still the main attraction in these parts. A pretty little place from which much commerce still springs, in spite of the fact that no two streets intersect at right angles. Randy says Ripley's, believe it or not, even believes this church deserves a mention because you enter through the bell tower.
Then you enter through the bell tower.
Up on the hill sits the giant old Crescent Hotel, with its own Lady Liberty out front. Yes, it's a bit out of our price range, but no one said we couldn't play catch on the lawn. Nor do you have to be a guest to climb around on the roof, where the scope of little Switzerland comes more clearly into focus. If you know what you're doing.
Don, give the camera. Come on, you know about these things.
Put a whole quarter in there.
Make it work.
You look through here, eh?
Make it work. What do you see? Come on, tell me.
Sweet Jesus.
Are those sideburns?
Well,
look at that. Everywhere we go.
Good morning, it's me again, cleaning things as usual. Much as I feared, by driving on to Russellville, we didn't find a place near as fancy as the Crescent to stay. However, the Budget Inn does have John the 24-hour we care, let me get that for you guy. Kinda like having your own butler, but you know how TV weasels are.
You wouldn't be interested in washing the car for us, would you? So? That'd be first.
I guess it's only fitting that the van gets spruced up since we soon will be taking the waters ourselves down in Hot Springs.
Yeah, you try to wash the stuff down the car.
But before any bathing will take place, I'm reminded we have a stop to make in Pickle City, USA, better known as Atkins. High-level pickle packing takes place here, and apparently more than a few fried pickle sandwiches have been consumed nearby at the aptly named Loner Drive-In.
Getting hungry, Don? Gonna have a fried pickle sandwich.
it's 10 a.m., man. That's what I'm thinking.
10, 2, and 4.
Not many cars here. That kind of worries me. Like a spot this famous would be a little more crowded. Oh no.
Huh?
What? Closed on Wednesday.
Come to Kansas City?
Yep.
God dang, you boys traveled a long way, didn't you?
Yeah, it's closed.
This would appear to be another research error. So I suggested that the errant researcher hop in the back and do some real work for a change. Out here on a stretch of road that could easily separate a man from his pickles. Certainly is lush and spring-like around here, but how do you suppose they knew we were coming? God knows this place will be hard to resist.
Okay, I'll get the gas, you do the lying.
Rest stops are few and far between out here, so I don't suppose I should be talking more about the waters right now, should I? Anyway, a couple more hours of winding greenery later, and there we were in Hot Springs on historic Bathhouse Row, where people once flocked from around the world to seek relief in a good soak. The Buckstaff is the only commercial bathhouse still open, and they turned off the taps at 3. So if you were hoping for naked pictures of these guys, these'll have to do.
This is the men's bath hall. Basically everything you see here is the original equipment that was installed in 1912 when we first opened. Same tubs and everything else. All the marble and everything is the same as it was.
And the water that comes out of it is the same as it was in 1912?
Same, well, it's not the same water, but it's the same source. It comes out at about 140 degrees approximately from 40 some odd springs.
Not a torture device?
No, it's not a torture device.
Needles. Get a needle.
Everybody'd love to have one of these home. We could sell them if we could make them. We've got walk-in steam cabinets in the back. They're about 140 degrees, so you stay in there for just a couple of minutes, break out to a real good sweat. Each of our customers, that basically our regular customers, has their own method. Most of them just leave them here between visits. These are awful large tubs. We've yet to find somebody that can't fit in them because we call them a 90-gallon tub. They're about 3 times to 4 times bigger than what you got in your home.
So if Elvis had been eating jelly donuts for the last 16, 17 years, and he decided to show up here,
yeah, we could get him in. We could get him in.
I guess we'll all sleep better knowing that. This would be the most recognizable part of Hot Springs. However, just a few blocks away, we stumbled upon a cute little oddball mall with what used to be known as the IQ Zoo at one end. Down here, I think the sign says it all.
You have the world's largest miniature city.
Well, as far as I know, unless somebody else somewhere in the world. But there ain't nobody yet came in here, been here 40 years, and claimed to see anything equal. This is a Pennsylvania Dutch farm. You see?
Are you Pennsylvania Dutch?
No. These represent the Thousand Islands, like up the St. Lawrence River in New York. You see Matt Dillon over there taking a bad man to jail there? See him sticking a gun in the guy's back? I came up during Depression years, and nobody had money to buy anything during Depression years. So I figured I wanted to do this, and the only way I could do it was make it out of scraps of things like you throw away at your home. Like all this green grass in here, that's all sawdust colored green. You see those little people who figured? I carved them out of the end of old apple box crates where the apples used to come. It's a very good soft wood to carve out of. And to make it more interesting, these figures you see strolling through the park, look at them real close, you see their TV stars.
I saw Mr. T go by, and it caught my eye.
There's Laverne Shirley. There's Willie, folks. He's on the road again. Guy's guitar and all his back.
That was Jerry Garcia.
That's the world's longest picnic. They've been eating lunch 35 years already. You see, I made a lot of it out of clothesline wire, heavy clothesline wire, and sink stopper chains. Whoo, boy, that'll shake you up more. You push that button up and down and see him shoot back there? Up and down. I used to have it go bang, bang, but I couldn't stand a bang, bang all day.
Are you just a big kid still playing here? I'm sorry I have to ask that, but...
It was all the kids in me, or whether it was just a great God-given talent, mostly, I think. A lot of time you look at a piece of junk and say, well, I think I could make that out of this, you know?
Okay, so Tiny Town was tiny, I mean. Now to find out how educated those animals really are.
Hi. for, sir? Yes. Sound the alarm. And ring it loud. We can hear you.
We are dazzled.
Some are smarter than others. The pig takes about 2 weeks of training, and you put him in the show. Rabbits, a little bit more, about 10 months of work to do 3 different tricks. The gun is loaded in, get her! Let's go, fella, let's go. Yeah, you can do it that way, sir, that way.
The hell with Branson. This is entertainment.
Have you guys ever watched pigs working out before? No. No? If you go to the gym, you'll see lots of them. That's where they like to go. Come on over here, Tom. It's kind of like a tradition. People have been coming here for so long, and they know this is here. They're going to see these little chickens play the piano and what have you. They come back every year, and it's a generation thing, one family after the next. Now, guys, he did this for the Japanese film crew.
Maybe he just had a yen to do it.
Maybe.
And maybe by now, Hot Springs has just about had enough of us, which will be okay because according to the producers, there's just one more bit of Arkansas business to try and squeeze into this show. In a state with some pretty strange names, one stands above them all. Now we can say we saw the sunset here.
So we go to Toadsuck Days, we just sit here and enjoy the wonders of nature.
I think we're damned if we do and damned if we don't.
From the shaded shores of Toadsuck, this is Don the cameraman signing off.
I hate country. I despise those barnyard sounds. Ricky and Earl and Randy and Merle make me throw up on the ground. It might be heavenly to your ears, but it sounds like hell to me. Well, all I know for sure is I hate country. And Whispering Bill makes me want to kill and maim with my bare hands and build a bomb and blow up Twitty Land.
To learn more about the sights you've seen on this program, you can order the companion book to the series Rare Visions and Roadside Revelations by calling the number on your screen.